What's happening, sports fans? How you doing? I am Kendrick, the sports guy. Good day to you. And Minnesota Lynx star player Napheesa Collier had a whole lot to say during her exit interview about the leadership at the WNBA, in particular Commissioner Cathy Englebert. And let's just say these negotiations are going to be intense. We're going to talk about that in this segment. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that follow button, and subscribe to the YouTube channels if you have not already done so. Those channels are Kendrick Sports Hustle as well as TFG Sports Media. Speaking of the WNBA, we got the finals tipping off tonight. Las Vegas Aces and the Phoenix Mercury. But let's talk about the tip-off that happened Tuesday. Napheesa Collier in her exit interview talking about the lack of leadership at the top of the WNBA, mainly Cathy Englebert. If you missed it, here's a little snippet of what she had to say.
It's the lack of accountability from the league office. Since I've been in the league, you've heard the constant concerns about officiating, and it has now reached levels of inconsistency that plague our sport and undermine the integrity in which it operates. Whether the league cares about the health of the players is one thing, but to also not care about the product we put on the floor is truly self-sabotage. Year after year, the only thing that remains consistent is the lack of accountability from our leaders. The league has a buzzword that they've rolled out as talking points for the CBA as to why they can't pay the players what we're worth. That word is sustainability. But what's truly unsustainable is keeping a good product on the floor while allowing officials to lose control of games. Fans see it every night. Coaches, both winning and losing, point it out every night in pregame and postgame media. Yet leadership just issues fines and looks the other way. They ignore the issues that everyone inside the game is begging to be fixed. That is negligence. At Unrivaled this past February, I sat across from Cathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs. I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them. That's a mentality driving our league from the top.
WNBA Commissioner Cathy Englebert will respond to Napheesa Collier in a statement, and I'm going to read a little bit, and I quote. She says, I am disheartened by how Napheesa characterize our conversations and league leadership, but even when our perspectives differ, my commitment to the players and to this work will not waver, end quote. Again, that was a statement, just a little bit of what Cathy Englebert will respond to Napheesa Collier's situation when it comes to lack of leadership. Now, one thing I noticed in that statement, Englebert did not deny she said what she said about Caitlin Clark should be happy she has a platform just because she plays in the WNBA, and that all WNBA players should be happy for this platform for that. But she didn't deny that she said that, and Napheesa Collier said that, yeah, she said it to my face and she didn't like it. So a lot of the WNBA players, the star players, have supported Napheesa Collier, who, by the way, is the vice president of the WNBA Players Association. Caitlin Clark has came out in support of what Napheesa had to say, as well as A'ja Wilson, who's the 4-time MVP with the Las Vegas Aces, as well as other players in support of their vice president of the WNBA Players Association. Now, the numbers speak to these ladies should be getting better salaries. The new TV deal the WNBA just signed in June of this year, it's 11 years, $2.2 billion, with an average of $200 million annually. That's between Disney, Amazon Prime, and NBC. That's the largest in women's sports history. Now, their ratings, you probably saying, well, what's their ratings? Well, their numbers are up across the board from 2024. They have an average viewership of 969,000 viewers. Again, that's up from 3%. That's up 3% from last year. ESPN, ABC televised 25 of the WNBA games. They averaged 1.3 million viewers. That's up 6% from 2024. And CBS, they aired 9 WNBA games. They had an average viewership of 1.27 million, and that is up 16%. So all the things are pointing up, but a lot of the things dealing with leadership for the WNBA is pointing down. Napheesa Collier said that we deserve better. And again, CBA negotiations have begun. They got until the end of October 31st, to come to a deal, that is the players union as well as the ownership and the leadership of the WNBA, or there could be a lockout. Could possibly be a lockout. So we're going to see what these ladies get. I think they deserve increase in salary. The average player in the WNBA is making $66,000 for players with fewer than 3 years. For players with more than 3 years of service, they're making an average salary of $78,000, and then an average base salary of $102,000, a supermax salary of $249,000, and that's the escalator, that's the scale that they have. So again, all these ladies are wanting is a fair share of the revenue. They just want a bigger percentage of the sharing of the revenue, especially now that the WNBA has this new television deal. I think that's only fair, considering what numbers that they have. You can say what you want. You may not like the WNBA, you may not watch, but the viewership is up. The interest has increased due to the Caitlin Clark effect. I said, yeah, she definitely has brought the casual viewer to women's basketball. Angel Reese, all the rest of those players, they were part of it, but it's definitely Caitlin Clark. Again, I watched the WNBA. I'm a big fan of Asia Wilson and all the other players, but I have to say, you have to admit, Caitlin Clark has brought numbers to the table, and she's brought it for all these women to be able to get a bigger piece of the pie. So we're going to see with these CBA negotiations. So if that doesn't help, well, heck, Napheesa Collier is the co-founder of Unrivaled, the 3-on-3 women's basketball league, where the average salary for their women there is $220K. And they had a pretty decent debut a couple of months ago. So I'd like to know your thoughts on this WNBA CBA negotiations. You think Napheesa Collier, did the right thing by calling out Commissioner Cathy Englebert? I'd like to know your thoughts in the comments. I'm Kendrick, the sports guy. We will see you on the other side and on the next report. I am out. Peace.